Hello everyone, I'm Dan Webster. Welcome to MN, YouTube, and MTN's coverage of the 2010 City of Lakes Loppet, here from the urban paradise of Nordic skiing and winter fun, Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, the Winter Olympics are just around the corner in Vancouver, but everyone knows the place to be is here in Minneapolis on this weekend. Let's get to the action. Saturday's festivities began uptown with the creative snow sculpture contest sponsored by the Southwest Journal. Novice and professionals spent many hours Saturday morning creating some of the best sculptures seen in years. Their hard work and dedication showed itself evident for all Loppet fans throughout the weekend. Next on the aisle was the Penn Ice Cycle Loppet. Those wishing to risk life and limb took to the ice in wave after wave of providing the audience with some thrilling races. Folks, this is some wild stuff to watch and participate in. Winning his heat was Minneapolis native Justin Becken. Justin says the conditions were perfect for racing.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. The fingers and toes were a little cold at the beginning, but they kind of warmed up some, so it'll be good.
How does it feel trying to make all those tight turns on the ice, then up on the dirt patches and things like that?
Yeah, it's tough. It's a little sketchy sometimes. It's tough to trust your tires to dig in, and you never know if they're gonna come out from underneath you. But it's fun and it's pretty exciting. The course is great.
You won this particular race. How many times did the foot have to come off the pedal?
Never. They never came out the whole time. Yep, left them on the whole time.
Following the cyclists was the Chuck and Don's Pet Food Outlet Ski-joring Loppet. This is the largest race in the world featuring Nordic skiers and their canine companions. These elite-level combinations of mushers and masters from throughout the world can find themselves reaching speeds of up to 25 miles per hour as they race along this 10-kilometer course. The main thing, of course, when you're racing this fast behind your dog or dogs is to make sure they stay on the course rather than following the videographer on the back of a speeding snowmobile. But as you can see, with a little gentle guidance, dogs and skiers are back on track, racing for the finish line. What makes the Ski-joring Loppet such a popular event is that you don't need to have the fastest dogs in the world to get out and have a great time at the Ski-joring Loppet. Making their way up the Uptown Mall and winning both the one-dog and two-dog events are husband and wife team Joshua and Kate Tesh from Superior, Wisconsin. For Joshua, his dog Pontus brought him home the gold medal, while Kate was escorted by dogs Verde and Ulu in claiming her title. Once the dogs have cleared, it's time for the Rossignol Junior Loppet. Kids ranging in age from 8 through 19 take to the Loppet course and ski 5 kilometers in a competitive environment. This is a great opportunity for juniors to showcase their skills and abilities on the Nordic scene, while scouts and coaches from the upper Midwest are searching for talent for their schools and teams. Many of these racers are simply looking for points toward the 2011 Junior Olympics, which will be held right here in Minneapolis. Scoring the juniors' victory for the boys was graduated senior Kyle Dahman of Austin, Minnesota. For the young ladies, it was Minnetonka freshman Caitlin McColdrick from Deep Haven, Minnesota, winning her first title. Together, Caitlin and Kyle displayed great skill and technique in claiming victory, but they also have showed the world how they have become great ambassadors and diplomats for the sport they love. Following the competitive nature of the juniors event was the sheer fun and relaxed atmosphere of the minne-loppet. The Sons of Norway proudly present the minne-loppet. This event gives elementary-aged kids from all backgrounds the opportunity to learn and enjoy the thrill of Nordic skiing on a wonderful winter's day in Uptown. Each year, the minne-loppet nearly doubles in size. It might be because of the free cookies and hot chocolate, or it could be a chance at being interviewed by the voice of the Loppet, John Schmidt.
What's your name?
Anya.
How old are you, Anya?
5.
You're 5 years old. Have you done this race before?
No.
This is your first time. Was it a good one?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. You like hot chocolate? There's waiting some over there waiting for you, and some cookies too. Thanks.
As sunset rolled in, it was time for the power and speed of the Toko Finsisu Sprints. Here we can see Connor Benton of Hopkins taking the boys' high school sprints title. For the young ladies, former junior Loppet champion Julia Harrison of Mound Westonka survived a late surge by Sarah Benton of Hopkins in capturing her first sprints title. Having just returned from earning his first ever World Cup point in Canmore, Alberta 2 hours prior to this event, Matt Liebsch of Minneapolis took the men's title. And Joanna Winters barely bested former Olympian Carolyn Bramante in claiming her first ever Loppet Sprints title. Joanna said she could feel Carolyn and the others making their move at the finish line.
It's kind of, you know that they're right there, but you can't really use your peripheral vision too much, because if you look, it's bad to look back. It was very scary.
Did you have to think about soft snow in thinking about that?
Yeah, definitely. Trying not to push off too hard. There was a lot of, bobbling, but that's what makes it fun, when a lot of shuffling around. And
congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was really fun.
As darkness set in, the Luminary Loppet set the stage. Over 7,000 participants graced Lake of the Isles for skiing and good times. Upon their return to Uptown, it was time to party under the big top. The bell-bottoms played to an enthusiastic crowd waiting to expend whatever energy they had left. From the young to those more experienced, the big top was the place to be following all the Luminary fun. Sunday morning came and the scene shifted to Theodore Wirth Park, the Nordic winter park capital of America. Inside the chalet, participants are preparing for both the REI 10-kilometer tour and the 25-kilometer Huygaards Classic race. Outside, last year's City of Lakes Loppet champion Bjorn Batdorf joins recovering threat Adam Swank, plus Chad Giese and Matt Weir, and a host of others for this day's big event. The City of Lakes Loppet is presented proudly by Subaru, Medica, and the law firm of Dorsey & Whitney. Race time temperatures for this Super Sunday Jewel event was a crisp 12 degrees. For the first time in Loppet history, the big event started behind the chalet rather than at Stadium Hill, and the racers took full advantage of not having the big climb to start their event. Instead, these highly trained athletes had to maneuver the quick turns and each other as they jostled for position for the next 33 kilometers of work. By the time the Loppet racers reached Teardrop Turn, it was basically a two-horse race for the men. Minnesota's Matt Liebsch and Josh Smulin of Colorado were already well ahead of the pack. At Wirth Lake, 15 kilometers into the event, Liebsch had pulled away from Smulin and the rest of the racers by over 30 seconds. Remember, folks, Liebsch was racing his third big event in 3 days in 2 countries. For the ladies at Wirth Lake, CXC teammate Katrina Owen was in the lead, with fellow CXC teammates Maria Stuber and Joanna Winters as part of this 4-pack. Keeping a close eye on Owen, in second position was former Olympian and Loppet champion Carolyn Bramante. Coming up the Uptown Mall amidst the snow sculptures and the crowd was the easy-coasting local boy, Matt Liebsch. The 26-year-old, who won last year's American Birkebeiner, easily handled the competition this day by over 90 seconds. For the ladies, 25-year-old Katrina Owen would capture her first ever City of Lakes Loppet title, completing the sweep for Team CXC on this day.
So, at the start, what was going through your mind with all the bodies around you, and how did that change? How did that change as you started breaking away from everyone?
I was a little nervous because I thought the start was at 10 o'clock instead of 10:30, so I was all warmed up and ready to go, and then I got a half hour late. Nice job, guys. So I was a little bit chilly at the start, but it worked out really well. I still felt good out there. I had very fast skis. And
what are you thinking about once you realize you're kind of ahead of everyone there?
Just trying to ski relaxed and make sure I don't cramp up. So I was really, the course was in great shape, and I really want to thank the City of Lakes Loppet for putting on a great race.
You could start breaking away from the pack and take this thing.
Well, we had 3 CXC girls in there, so first we broke away from the other 2, and then I guess when we hit the lake, but I really don't know where I was at any point out there. It's pretty twisty.
The technique style of all the turns and ups and downs at Wirth, and then you hit the lakes, was there a preference to one? Was there a style that you had to go through to make the changes and help you?
Just working the transitions and a lot of open field. There's a lot of flat out there.
So, and the conditions out there for you today?
So fast. So fast.